as the season goes on, the Stanley Cup may be out of reach, but how important is it to have process still resonate with the players and where they are in the process of competing?
Well, I think it's real important, but I think if you look at our team, there's a whole ton of guys on one-year contracts. There's a whole bunch of guys that want contracts that plan on being here. There's a whole bunch of guys that I assume want to play on the team. So the best way to look after yourself is to do it right each and every day. And so we maintain the same approach we would if we were leading the league as we are as far as getting ready, and then you got to respond accordingly. And your actions every day tell who you are. It's not what you say, it's what you do. And you're telling everybody every day who you are. And you're not just telling the Leafs, you're telling 29 other teams in the league. So, I mean, to me, it's really straightforward.
Mike, what are your expectations for a guy like Peter Holland, who's been something of a utility forward for you, bouncing from position?
Well, I think he's a big guy with skill. And I think he could be, you know, it's one of those things is skill's great. An elite drive train's another thing that pushes you over the top each and every night to compete. I talk to Pete about it all the time. I think he can score in tight. He can shoot the puck. He's got some toughness to him. He's got lots of ability. Now you got to learn to do it every single day at an elite level and without prodding. You got to do it yourself. And the guys that bring it every day, like everyone thinks superstars got real good skill, but superstars have more heart and more soul and more drivetrain than the other guys. That's what separates them. And so, yes, they got skill, but so now how do you get your skill set to the next level? That's the challenge for him.
Mike, what sort of holes Leo's suspension leave you with?
Well, I mean, he's a real good player. He plays real hard for us. It's unfortunate. Obviously, Leo's a good player, a good man, plays hard. Yeah, it's unfortunate that it happened. You don't want to see McDonough hurt either. He's a real good player, but he's got to serve his time. That's the way it should be. And someone's going to get a good opportunity. So who's taking his spot tonight, and how are they going to play? And then if they play good enough, maybe Leo can play somewhere else. I don't know. Like. It's just one of those things. Every time someone's hurt, you're looking to find players. I went to the Marlies game there. They look pretty good too. So, I mean, there's lots of players around. You got to keep building your product.
The Marlies are in the building as well today, Mike. How many guys do you think are down there that can come up eventually here with how successful?
You mean over time?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question. I don't know the answer. The other thing I would tell you this is that I had a lot of experience with Grand Rapids, and they were 2 hours away, so I got to see them play. And the same here now, I've seen the team play a number of times, is until you get them on the ice and until you see them every day in the National Hockey League with the speed and the tempo of the game, you don't know 100% for sure. You know, some guys are better than you think, and some guys aren't as good as you think. So for me to speculate on that, all I know is that they have a ton of skill down there. They have the puck all the time. I saw more plays in 4 shifts than I saw in a week here. They're high octane. They do things at that level. Now this is a whole different level, and we've seen all these guys come with all these projection over the years, and you got to do it now here.
How does the dynamic change for Morgan with Matt out? Does he have to be more careful now, or?
Well, I think he's got to be more careful, but Honey's one of those guys, talks all the time, is in the right place all the time, bails you out a little bit. So we'll see.
Mike, it's 10 years tonight for the Armed Forces night in Toronto. Can you maybe talk a little bit about your experiences and takeaways meeting military over here?
Well, just, you know, it's, I lived in the U.S. the last 21 years, obviously. I spent my life here in Canada. And so when you live in Spokane like I did, and there's a base right there, when you're around in the U.S., someone in everybody's family you know has someone in the military. And so when everybody you know has someone as a member of the military, it's a way different program. In Canada, for me, it hasn't been as prevalent, but I think it's so important that we honor the people that have given us the opportunity to live in a great country like this and give us the freedom we have to do what we do. And so, you know, whether that be the fire department, the police department, or the military, those people are putting their lives on the line to make sure that you have the freedom you have. So it's a fantastic thing, and it's very important we honor.
Is it a day-to-day thing with Hunwick?
Yeah, but day-to-day, I found around here is 10 days. So, but we'll ask every day for the next 8.
Is Matthias ready to go back in?
Matthias is in tonight.
And Jake is playing his 300th game tonight. Where do you see him at this stage of his career?
Well, I think Jake has lots of ability. I think he got off to a real good start this year. Hit a bit of a soft spot, seems to be on his way back. He's a gifted passer. He can skate and move the puck. He's getting way better at going back and getting it. He's been a better defender for us. So I think he's, like a lot of young guys, is trying to find his game in a tough league.
What kind of impact do you feel Brad Boyes has had on the team, both on the ice and off the ice?
Well, he's a real good man. You know, his hockey sense is elite. He still makes plays every night. I mean, he's one of the guys, I always check in the last 5 games who's got 3 or more points. He's one of those guys. Why? It's not his legs anymore, obviously, or his body. It's his head. And so he's got a lead head, and he can help people out, and he can help young guys out. And he's been excellent. I've told him, I don't know how many different times he's out of lineup. He always finds a way to be in the lineup. So he's just one of those guys. He fills in, does whatever. He can be on the power play, can play against the best people. You know, I mean, he's been good for us. Had a tough turnover the other night, but majority of the time looks after the puck and plays well.